Very nice. Very nicely sung there.
Tonight's referees are Tom O'Neill, Rick O'Neill, and James Ford. I want you to see if you can figure out who are the father and son team out there.
I wonder if you have a visual out here. It's pretty obvious, but okay, we'll leave that one alone.
SIU Edwardville is coming into after a loss this past Saturday to IPFW. Which
20-point loss, right?
Yeah.
75-95.
Brings their record to 2-8. Head coach Lennox Forrester is in his 7th season. And they will try to be the big cat tonight. I don't know. After last night's overtime loss to DePaul, maybe our guys could be a little tired. I don't know.
I don't think so. I've talked to a couple different players, and they knew that they had that game. It was honestly just some really bad calls by the refs. I mean, there were technical fouls on both Quentin Pippen and Clark Rosenberg, and actually a flagrant on Matt Ross, which was pretty ridiculous because, honestly, it just looked like, they were both going for the ball at the same time. So we had those three. We actually had 3 foul outs. They were Matt Ross, Eddie Denard, who also has an ankle injury, who's playing through that as well. And Quentin Pippen also fouled out right before overtime. So the final score for that game, CSU versus DePaul, was 70-77 in overtime.
And it was a better game if you watched the game. I mean, they started out in foul trouble early, but they came out. Chicago State came out with high intensity, good spirits, and determination is how they started the game. Turnovers got the best of our Cats. It wasn't that DePaul had forced them into turnovers. It was just poor ball control.
Absolutely. And I think it was a little bit of a miscommunication between the team members. But, I feel like they're going to come back tonight and they're going to be ready to take that win. They feel like they were gypped one, so now they're going to make sure they take one at home.
But now enough of the negative stuff. 11-0 run our Cougars managed to do to tie the game up.
Absolutely.
And it was just amazing. One of the highlights for me was number 10, Kurt Karras, a freshman, in overtime had a block down under the basket. And let me tell you, this little guy, he was up there with the big ones. His hand was just palming the ball on the block.
I definitely feel like Chicago State's bench, you can't really count anyone out. They all bring something different to the table. He may not be one of the taller members of the team, but he has a huge heart. He'll come out and play just like everybody else. So it's great to have him as an asset for Chicago State.
Yeah, it is. It's a great team. So let's see tonight who will be the big cat, who will be the victor, Cougar versus Cougar. Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, in their black road, black with red trim, red shoes, and our Cougars, white and green.
And our starters for Chicago State will be Corey Gray, number 0, Eddie Denard, number 1, Quentin Pippen, number 33, Clark Rosenberg, number 35, and Matt Ross, number 42. And for SIUE, it will be number 4, Tim Johnson, number 15, Christian Salisish, number 23, Roselle Nunn, number 25, Ray Lester, and number 32, Stewart. Tip off with Matt Ross. Goes Chicago State way. And Corey Gray will bring the ball up the court for the Cougars. CSU Cougars. Pass over to Clark, over to Eddie Denard on the inside, passes right out to Quentin Pippen, who brings the ball in the paint, and it's no good. Looks like Matt has a rebound here, and he scores.
Already they're working on those second chance shots. That's great. Last night, that second chance shots, they didn't show up a lot.
SIU has the ball, bringing it up the court, passing it over to number 23, Nunn, over to Stewart. Stewart's going to have the ball playing the guard here with Clark Rosenberg right in his face. Back over to 15, number 4. Johnson has the ball. Back over to Stewart. Stewart over to Salisic. Stewart back over to Nunn. Inside pass. Taking it to the basket, and it's no good. The ball is rebounded by Eddie Denard, who passes it over to Corey Gray, number 0, right over to Clark Rosenberg. And foul was called.
So I guess
number 15.
I guess now it's a feel-out process because both teams look a little timid of each other.
Pippen inbounds the ball. Passes it over to Rosenberg, who takes it right there. Makes 2 points. Final score, or so far the score, is 4-0 with 18 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half. SIUE has the ball. Passes it over to Stewart. Stewart has Gray in his face. Right over to Salicic, who has Rosenberg in his face. He's trying to make a play here. Denard stays on him. Over to number 32, Stewart. Then over to Salicic, who takes the shot. It's a three-point shot, and it's good. Gray's going to inbound the ball, bring the ball up the court over to Pippen now. Pippen back to Denard. Denard over to Rosenberg. Right back to Pippen. Some great ball movement here. Denard right under the basket, takes the shot, and it bounces right off. It's no good. Number 25, Lester rebounds the ball for SIUE. Nunn over to Salicic. Right over to Stewart. Stewart right back over to Nunn. Johnson's going to have the ball. Over to Salicic. She's going to take the ball on the outside. No good. Pippen rebounds the ball. Brings the ball up the court for CSU Cougars. Tries to make a pass, and it's stolen by number 23, Nunn, who had a fast break over to Johnson. Him and Pippen kind of crashed under the basket right there. And the foul is called on Quentin Pippen for the CSU Cougars.
Chicago State has not allowed SIU Edwardsville to penetrate the basket and score. Every possession that SIU has had, they have not been able to score from the inside.
And Johnson for SIUE is going to take the first shot. First free throw is good. And second free throw is good as well. Matt Ross inbounds the ball over to Corey Gray, who's going to bring the ball up the court. He calls a play out, and he has Stewart right in his face there. Right over to Pippen. Pippen over to Denard. Denard over to Rosenberg. Rosenberg's going to bring the ball in the paint. Passes over to Pippen. Pippen inside pass to Matt Ross. Looks like he loses the ball. Lands right on top of the ball. Looks like it may be a jump ball, and it is. Great hustle by both SIUE and Matt Ross. Especially for number 32. That was Stewart and Ross. The ball goes over to SIUE. Nunn's going to inbound the ball for SIUE over to Stewart. Stewart's going to bring the ball up the court with Gray in his face. Stewart calls out the play here. Passes it over to Salicic. Over to Johnson. Johnson back over to Stewart, which is right under the basket. Foul is called.
Now it looks like we're getting into early foul trouble on fouls that shouldn't really be happening.
That was foul on Matt Ross there. That is their second and still only one for SIUE. Quick substitution here. We're going to take out Salicic for SIUE and bring in number 2, Maurice Wiltz. Stewart's going to inbound the ball.
Good defense.
Second chance shots there by number 25. Lester had the ball, was right under the basket. Very simple. Eddie Denard has the ball for CSU Cougars, and he gets 2 as well on the board. Stewart has the ball for SIUE, and he loses the ball. It's stolen by Corey Gray here, who passes it over to Rosenberg, and Rosenberg tips it in for 2. Current score is CSU Cougars 8, SIUE 7 with 16 minutes and 24 seconds left of the first half. Johnson has the ball for SIUE, passes it over. Shot is no good. Ross rebounds the ball, passes it over to Rosenberg, over to Pippen, back to Ross, over to Denard. Denard's right under the basket, and the ball is stripped away from him by number 2, Maurice Wiltz, who's going to make a fast break. He shoots the ball. It's no good. Matt Ross rebounds the ball, passes it over to Rosenberg. Rosenberg for the Cougars takes the shot, and it's no good. Number 25 with the rebound for SIUE. Passes it over to Maurice Wiltz.
See, this is why you're play-by-play. I'll get the oxygen over here real soon
Number
for
2.
you.
Stewart's going to take the shot, and it's no good. It's rebounded. by Rosenberg, who brings it up the court, passes it over to Gray for CSU Cougars, pass it over to Ross. Ross takes an outside shot, and it's in and out. No good. Stewart has the ball, brings it over to Johnson. Johnson has 3 bodies on him. He passes it over to Nunn. Nunn literally tips the ball over, hands it over to Ross. There's a little bit of a hustle right here. He takes the ball back, and it's back to Ross. And another jump ball. Was going to be a jump ball, but somehow Ross passed it over to Rosenberg here. Rosenberg has the ball. He's going to slow the play down just a little bit. Pass it over to Gray. Gray is going to call a play out. Coach Dildy screaming from the seats over here. And Rosenberg has the ball. He finds Eddie Denard. Denard takes the shot, and it bounces in. It looked like it wasn't going to go in. Nice little hustle there. And a foul is called.
No, I think that was just a timeout for you to rest up your voice.
Oh, yeah. You better believe that. Did I bring my asthma pump today?
Yeah. Fast-paced game. It's a very fast-paced game.
I know. I was like...
Now, what I've seen, the ball control, every time they get a low pass in, those guys get their hand down there. It's really hard to pass to a big man because little guys have a chance to swarm around.
You know, and I've always noticed that even last season when we had Jameer Dismukes as our guard. He's still our guard, but he's currently out right now with a concussion. Him passing over to Jeremy Robinson, and that was a big, huge gap. Jeremy Robinson's pushing 7 feet. Dismukes is maybe about 6 feet. So there was a lot of times where there was a lot of fumbles on behalf of Robinson. So that continues to be the same thing with Matt Ross. I feel like he's kind of just being a little butterfingery right now. Is that how? Can I say that?
Yeah,
Butterfingery.
Yeah, that's a word.
And we still have a brief timeout here. Both teams in a huddle. Anthony, if you're Coach Dildy right now, what are you telling your CSU Cougars?
You know,
you're up by 3.
What I would say is it's okay, keep that intensity, but let's watch the passes. You know, those low passes, let's get a little crisper with the passes because, you know, those turnovers, they're getting kind of scary. And then watch the fouls because the fouls that we did under the basket, they were really unnecessary, you know?
Yeah.
You're standing there, you're over the man, just put your hands up, don't move. But they wanted to add a little emphasis to it, so let's hope that that's what he's telling them right now.
I completely agree, and we're going to both come out of huddle right here. And we have some brief updates here. Chicago State shooting 5 of 9, 55.6% for field goals. Sorry. And SIUE has the ball. Number 30 is making an appearance. Michael Messer. Pass over to Wiltz, who's going to bring it over to Stewart. Stewart passes it over to Wiltz. Wiltz over to Stewart. Stewart passes it. Stewart has the ball again. He's going to take the outside shot, and it's a 3. It's good. Corey Gray is going to inbound the ball for the Cougars. Passes it over to Rosenberg. Rosenberg has the ball. Dribbles. Does a fake. Passes it over to Gray here. Gray's going to have the ball. Waiting for a little switch up over here. Passes it over to Nate Duhan, who's open in the corner. He does a fake as well. Does an inside pass over to Denard. Denard has the ball under the basket. He takes the shot. It's no good. Rebounds his own ball and then gets the shot. Very excited there for number 1, Eddie Denard.
And he's feeling it right now. He let his emotions get to him last night against
30,
DePaul.
Messer has the ball, and it's stolen away from him by Duhan. Passes it over to Rosenberg, who takes the shot, and it's good as well. Current score is 14-10 with 13 minutes, 20 seconds left of the first half. SIUE has the ball. Stewart's trying to find Johnson over here. Johnson's on the inside, passes it over to Messer. Messer over to Johnson. And Nate Duhan for the Cougars has the ball. And he's fouled, going to the free throw line. And foul was on number 2.
Chicago State has a lot of intensity, and they're starting to look like they're starting to enjoy the game. if they just ease up a little bit and enjoy what they're doing.
And Nate Duhan's going to be at the free throw line shooting 2. First one is no good, or is good. And Duhan still at the line, going to shoot his second free throw.
While we're waiting on the free throws, hello to our sponsors, Oak Lawn Hilton.
Second is good.
Weiss Orthopedic and Benhausen Chrysler Jeep Dealership. Thank you and welcome to the game.
And foul was called yet again in favor for the Cougars. They're very excited over here.
And also we'd like to welcome to our team, Angel.
Miss Angel Brown.
Yes, hello. You know I had to go make that money. But I'm back.
Because she ain't like Tommy. She got a job.
I got one. and I keeps one.
All right.
So how's it going so far, guys?
So far, so good. You see the score. The Cougars are hanging. They're both Cougars. So, I mean, we were saying SIUE and CSU.
Okay.
Since they're both Cougars, kind of hard to say Cougars.
Cougars and Cougars, huh?
Cougars and Cougars, but the real Cougars will win tonight.
Okay.
Right.
Yep, I agree.
We're going to fight it out. We're going to claw to the top. Get a claw. You a Cougar.
Who's the real Cougar?
CSU.
Fight for the title. And number 1 passes over to number 2. Wiltz back over to Davis for SIUE. Back over to number 2. Wiltz took the shot. Looks like ended up in Pippen's hands under the basket there.
That was kind of close. I thought that would have been a foul.
Me too. And I actually am just noticing myself that Pippen's hand is kind of taped up. I'm hoping he's all right. Ain't affecting that 3-point shot.
Oh, yes, the left hand.
Yeah, left hand. I just noticed that myself. And Salicic had the ball, passes it over to Davis for SIUE. Then right over to Wiltz. Wiltz has Karras on him for CSU. Passes it right back over to Davis. Takes a shot, and it's no good. Davis rebounds his own ball. Takes a shot again. It's still no good. And Duhan grabs the ball for CSU Cougars. He brings the ball up the court. Looks like he may be taking it up. Maybe not. He's going to slow it down, pass it over to Pippen. Pippen over to Karras. Pippen calls out the play. Karras over to Rosenberg. Rosenberg goes inside, takes the shot, and it goes in right off the backboard.
That was a great drive by Rosenberg. Watching Rosenberg since he's a freshman, now a junior, he has really progressed a whole lot, and he's a real key player in the game.
Absolutely. Watching him last night, he was one of the main people that kept them in the game. And as we talk about him, his parents and his dad and his brother are walking in the court as well.
And I believe he scored 17 last night, so he was one of the top 3 scorers last night.
Absolutely. Karras has the ball for CSU Cougars. And passes it over to Duhan. Duhan gets it in. Current score is 20-12 with 11 minutes and 12 seconds left of the first half.
And you also I've been noticing Duhan, he's been making a great step up. He didn't start earlier in the season, and now he's becoming a starter, and he's showing that he wants the spot and he deserves the spot. And also Corey Gray, he's been contributing as well. He wasn't a starter. Jameer Desmeeks is out, and he's stepping up, and he's showing that, hey, I want to be the starting point guard.
And you know what? He did a great job yesterday playing against DePaul. He was shooting 3-point baskets that we weren't even really expecting him, so you can't really count anybody out for the CSU Cougars. Yep. We're going to come out of our brief interlude here. Looks like they're ready to play.
I'd like to say congratulations to all the graduates of 2013.
Yes.
Graduation is just a few hours away.
Lucky them. I can't wait to be crossing that stage, and hallelujah.
I'm going to hold the whole stage up like, take a picture. Take a picture.
That's after my picture next May.
And another timeout called here, it seems like. Score is still 20-12 in favor of CSU. 11 minutes and 6 seconds left of the first half. Angel coming in. What are you noticing so far?
Chicago State's doing very well offensively, but defensively, rebounds, they still need to work on their rebounds. Hopefully, last night when I was watching the game against the Blue Devils, they weren't making a lot of free throws. So hopefully tonight they're not in free throw trouble foul trouble, because a lot of players last night fouled out. So, speaking on fouling and going to their free throw line, I just hope that Chicago State has a better percentage of getting to the free throw line tonight than they did last night.
Now, Angel, you watched that game last night. Do you think in the overtime, do you think that was a poor choice of shooting 2 3-pointers as opposed to driving in for 3-pointers?
I think that they should have took their time. I think they were a little too anxious.
Yeah.
I don't know if they probably thought that since it was overtime, they was just excited about the overtime and giggity, and they was just ready, 2 pumps. But I think, having your 3 main players foul out, that you should have took this game I'm not going to say slow, but you should have played your tempo a little bit.
And what do you think about our freshman, Kirk Harris, with that block at the basket? I mean, that was just
You know what? I'm not going to lie. I think I missed it. I might have been taking a bathroom break.
It was beautiful.
You didn't hear me scream? You didn't hear me scream at your house?
No.
Oh, man.
It's okay. I was next door screaming. She heard me.
Okay.
I missed it, though. But other than that, I did see the 3-pointer that Pip took to tie up the game or, bring them into the game for the overtime. So I did see the majority.
An 11-0 run.
Yes. Wonderful.
And Rosenberg is going to bring the ball up the court for CSU. Over to Karras, back to Rosenberg. He goes inside. He's going to take the shot, and it's good. It was like no one was even there. He makes it look so simple.
Yeah, he's been great.
Stepping it up.
Yeah, and he's been great driving the ball in and executing as well.
SIUE has the ball. And they get a travel call.
Great defensive, like I said.
On Cameron Craig.
That press is one of their greatest assets. They get turnovers from it, and they just execute it. I really like seeing them getting into that press.
Karras is going to bring the ball up the court for CSU. Passes it over to Rosenberg. Inside to Matt Ross, who's right under the bucket. He tries to tip it in, and it's blocked by... Okay, back over to Rosenberg. Rosenberg to Karras. Karras looks like it may have been a foul on Karras. Oh, no, number 23. That is none for SIUE.
I don't know if it has something to do with the championship rings, but this season our men's team have been playing like champions.
They have.
Even in their losses, I mean, there are very high moments. Last night was...
great spin move by Duhan.
Yes, that was beautiful there.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Anthony.
No, I stopped because of the move.
That was a great spin
That was
move.
amazing.
Nice.
And like I said, now they're at the free throw line. This is a time where they need to go ahead, and they're up by 10, but this is a great time. They need to go ahead and get these free throws together.
Right, they need to keep them.
Yeah.
And so far, they're at 100% for their free throws, 2 of 2. So hopefully they can keep that percentage up.
Now 3 of 2 now. Or excuse me, 3 of 3.
3 of 3, alrighty. Quick substitution, we're taking Rosenberg out and bringing in number 3, Johnny Griffin, who's also a freshman.
Freshman.
He's gotten some good playing time as a freshman, too, with all these injuries and foul-outs yesterday. SIUE has the ball. Pass it over to Stewart. Stewart's going to bring the ball up the court. He has Karras on him, right in his face. Karras is staying on him. Inside pass over to number 25. Lester takes the shot. It's no good.
Great defense by Chicago State.
Nate Duhan with the rebound. Up the court, right over. It looks like he was trying to pass to Griffin, but Griffin just wasn't ready, and that was...
Well, Griffin, I watched that. When he was on his way to the basket and the pass just went the wrong way.
It was just a little too quick. If he would have waited maybe about another 10 seconds or so, it would have been okay.
Pass happens.
Substitution, taking Duhan out and bringing in number 11, DeMacos. SIUE has the ball. Number 1, Davis. He has Karras in his face. Passes it over to Stewart. Stewart back to Davis. Davis over to Johnson. Over to Lester. Back to Davis. Over to Stewart. Stewart has 2 bodies on him. He's right under the basket. Takes the outside pass over to number 23, who takes the shot, and it's no good.
That was a great rebound.
Yeah,
by
definitely.
Ross.
And that is another foul.
Has Pippen made a basket or attempted a shot yet?
Not yet. I feel like maybe he's trying to be a team player, be more of an assist.
And I'm worried about that hand.
Karras has the ball for Cougars, CSU. Passes it over to Griffin in the corner. Griffin finds Pippen. Pippen back to Griffin. Over to Karras. Karras goes on the inside. He passes over to DeMacos, who's completely open on the side. He takes a shot. It's no good, but Ross has the rebound. 3 bodies on Ross. Ross takes the shot. It's not good. Second chance, not good. And number 2 is going to have a fast break over here. Wiltz for SIUE. He passes it over. Lester over to Stewart. Stewart takes the outside shot, and it's no good for SIUE. Rebound by Karras. Karras over to DeMacos.
Oh, my. What another spin move.
Yes.
You know, he
That
took
was
too many steps. He took a little too many steps.
And Eddie Denard will be put back in. Matt Ross will be taken out. Pippen will be taken out. And Karras will be taken out. On the floor right now is DeMacos, Denard, Duhan, Griffin, and Corey Gray.
You know, I like watching Denard play. He's just a great post player defensively and offensively.
He's a beast on the court, man. There's no getting around him.
Yeah.
It's like a brick wall standing in front of you. There's no way around that.
Ooh.
And foul is on Jared DeMacos, number 11. SIUE has the ball. Stewart inbounds the ball.
No.
He takes a 2-point shot from the inside. It's no good. A complete hustle under the basket. 4 bodies up at a time.
Denard. Was it Denard? I know
And there's a foul called.
Yeah.
There was a lot of contact there. There was about 4 different bodies at once. So
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell, to be honest.
It was Denard. It's
Now-
his first foul, so he's doing pretty good.
And we have
Eddie is a very intense player.
4 fouls for CSU and 5 for SIUE currently.
And I really hope that his teammates tell him to calm down, tone it down just a little bit.
And Nunn takes the first shot, and it's good for SIUE.
But that compassion, or that passion, or the love of the game sometimes. Woo.
And the second shot is good for Nunn.
10-point lead, CSU. Full court press by SIUE.
Corey Gray has the ball, fakes over to DeMacos. DeMacos fakes back over to Corey Gray. Corey Gray's calling out a play for CSU. He has Stewart in his face, back over to DeMacos. DeMacos looks like he may go ahead and try to, passes it right back over to Gray. Back to DeMacos. Over to Duhan in the corner, back to Gray. Shot clock's at 8. Over to Duhan. Takes the shot, and it's good. 3-point shot.
Oh, they're feeling it. They're feeling it.
Duhan's been playing amazing since starting. He's one of the key players.
Absolutely. Current scores 27-14.
All
Correction, 29-14 as DeMacos puts 2 on the board. Nunn has the ball for SIU. He passes it over to Davis. Davis goes on the inside, passes it over to the corner, then right over to Stewart. Right back to Nunn, who's going to go on the inside, and a foul was called.
We don't need no more of those.
None.
All right. Shouldn't a walk have been called before that?
I kind of thought he walked too.
He was at the top of the key and made it some kind of way without bouncing the ball almost to the free throw line, but yet they call a foul. That's okay.
You know what? They at this point, especially after yesterday's game against DePaul, they have to make these adjustments with being used to having these fouls called on them. I mean, you're going to be in foul trouble, especially our bigs. You know, we had Eddie Denard and Matt Ross, who are the bigs for CSU, fouled out yesterday. So, I mean, you have to make those adjustments and be prepared for that type of situation.
Would you ladies agree this is a more intensive team than last year?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like a lot of the new players have brought heart. They've brought a lot more passion for the game, and they're coming out ready to set the tempo. I feel like last season they may have set the tempo here and there, but they weren't coming out like, you know what, you're on our court, we're not going to let you in.
Also, another thing that I see different from last season to this season, there's a lot of the chemistry's a lot better. You know, it seems like these guys like playing together. I see a lot more teamwork. I don't see any of I'm the leader or I'm the I see a great chemistry between these guys, and they just like playing with one another.
A lot less Kobe's, huh?
A
lot less Kobe's, what you're saying?
Yep.
Some more Shaqs.
They gelled a lot quicker than
LeBron.
they did
A
last
lot less
year.
LeBron. Of course she's going to say that, knowing I'm a Heat fan. You know, she got to throw it in there.
Yes. Boo, boo, boo.
It is all good. We're still in a brief little timeout here. And some quick updates. Chicago State from the three-point field goal is 33%. The regular field goals are 57%. And they're still 100% from the free throw line. So, hey, you want to definitely send them to the line.
Also, they're definitely out-rebounding Southern Illinois, Edwardsville. 16 rebounds total and 7 for Southern Illinois University. They're doing great tonight.
Leading scorer right now is Matt Ross with 7 points for CSU. And still, they only have Lester with 3 points as the high scorer for SIU. And SIU has the ball currently. Takes the shot, number 25, Lester, and it's good. Corey Gray has the ball for the Cougars. He calls out the play.
SIU's in a tough 2-3 defense. Chicago State seems to kind of struggle with the 2-3s. I think they tend to struggle 2-3 defense.
Duhan with the ball. Passes it over to Eddie Denard from the inside. He goes in, takes the shot. It bounces right out. Lester with the rebound for SIU. He passes it over to Stewart, who brings the ball up the court. SIUE over to Lester. Salisic, and a foul is called. It looks like it may be on Duhan. Oh, and Eddie Denard, actually. You got to be careful with these bigs fouling out. So for substitution, we'll send in another big here. We'll send in Matt Ross and Quentin Pippen. Matt Ross will be on Lester here. And on Salisic. SIU inbounds the ball. Stewart has the ball in the corner here. Passes it over to Lester. Lester has Pippen on him.
He had to travel. Okay.
And it was a travel call?
No, it was offensive foul by Lester.
Okay.
He used that elbow, you know. You got to watch that elbow. I thought he traveled, though.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too. Okay, and CSU will have possession of the ball. Rosenberg over to Gray. Gray brings the ball up the court. Gray's waiting. Passes it over to Rosenberg. Rosenberg finds Gray again. Gray has Stewart in his face. Gray right behind Pippen. Takes the shot in front of Salisic, and it's no good. Nice hustle for the rebound by SIUE. Witz has the ball, passes Salisic. And it looks like a foul was called, maybe on Matt Ross.
All right, I don't want to be critical.
Don't be critical. Well, be critical.
But
that's your job. That's your job.
These refs are really calling some tacky fouls. You know
yeah.
That was almost a finger foul. I mean,
let them play, huh?
Yeah, let them play ball.
All right, none for SIUE's at the free throw line. First one is good. He's been to the line before and made them, so I mean he's probably not one of the people you want to send to the line if you're the Cougars.
I am happy to
CSU.
say for CSU, they are playing the game with a little better control than yesterday. They're not taking one step up and then fall 2 steps back.
Second was no good.
They're staying in the game.
SIU with the ball.
Wow.
Travel called. Cougars, or CSU was pretty happy with that. I can't say Cougars. They're both Cougars.
You know, I don't want to be critical, but that was a good call, refs.
Corey Gray with the ball for CSU. Calling out the play here. He has Stewart and Davis in his face. Backs over to Pippen. Rosenberg with the ball. Over to Matt Ross in the corner. Back to Pippen. Fakes it yet again. Passes over to Gray. Gray calls out the play. Passes over to Pippen. Pippen back to Gray. Gray finds Duhan in the corner.
Pippen
Duhan
is
fakes.
all alone.
Over to Gray.
3-second
Rosenberg had the ball.
You can't take steps before you dribble that ball. Gotta plant the ball on the court first.
And SIUE will have possession of the ball. Stewart has the ball. Passes over to Messer. Messer has Rosenberg on him. Passes over to Salisic, who finds Stewart cross court. Messer has the ball. Passes it over to Salisic. Salisic takes a shot, and it's good.
Great
3-point shot. That was beautiful. CSU will have possession of the ball. Corey Gray calling out the play here. Passes over to Pippin. Pippin across the court over to Duhan. Duhan over to Gray. Gray calling out the play yet again. Waiting for his team members to act right. Over to Rosenberg. Rosenberg finds Duhan. Duhan goes in. Pass what was supposed to be over to Pippin, but it was a turnover there. Davis has the ball for SIUE. Takes the shot.
And he might be able to create a 3-point play.
It was the and one there. Intense, intense. He will shoot at the free throw line.
Okay,
Look,
we need a spark.
Wiltz.
We need a spark.
Because they're coming back. They're down by 7 points right now. You know, SIU is showing up.
And Wiltz misses his free throw shot. Matt Ross with the rebound. Over to Corey Gray. Corey Gray looking around. He's waiting. Does a fake over to Pippin. Pippin has the ball over to Duhan. Duhan back to Gray. Over to Rosenberg. Rosenberg has Stewart in his face, literally pushing on him. Over to Pippin. Over to Duhan. Duhan has Davis in his face. Over to Gray. Back to Duhan. Shot clock is at 8 seconds. Passes over to Rosenberg, who takes a shot, and it puts 2 on the board.
Great shot.
That was a good look. Cross-court pass right over to Messer. Messer for SIUE's passing over to Salicic. Salicic takes the outside shot, and it's still no good. Duhan with the rebound as he fumbles here.
Long shots, long rebounds.
There you go. Corey Gray will call out the play. Over to Duhan. Duhan back to Pippin. Over to Rosenberg. Rosenberg has Wiltz on him. Pippin has 3 bodies on him. He passes over to Gray. Gray takes the outside shot, and it's good.
Great three-pointer. Really stepping up, Corey Gray. I like it.
Absolutely.
I like it.
Stewart passes over to Messer. Messer's going to find Wiltz over here in the corner. Wiltz has Corey Gray clapping in his face. Stewart has Duhan on him. Stewart's going to go on the inside, try to make
Makes
the basket.
Yeah. Makes the body contact.
Yep.
All it takes. Body contact.
Looks like he'll be going to the line as well. After a brief timeout. Chicago State's, definitely stepping up. You can't give them anything for effort. They're definitely getting an A for effort. They're up by 10 points right now. The score is 34-24 with 3 minutes and 21 seconds left of the half. Tony, what are your thoughts right now?
Well, right now I'm a little worried about Pippin. I've watched him play the last couple minutes. He's not making any attempt to take a shot. He is trying to assist and help the team and be a captain. But I'm really wondering what actually happened, and hopefully we'll find out later on, to that hand injury.
And Angel, if you're Coach Forrester for SIUE, you're down by 10. What are you telling your team right now?
Well, right now they're stepping up. They're putting a little bit more pressure on Chicago State with the zone, full court zone. Don't matter if they score or not. They're in that zone. They're in the 2-3 zone. They're running the clock down, giving Chicago State last minute shots to shoot at the last second.
Yeah.
So they're doing pretty good there. If they want to win this game, they're going to have to keep that intensity up, because right now it seems like Chicago State should be up by more points.
It always seems like that.
Yeah.
I feel like even yesterday with DePaul, not for nothing, I don't want to keep going back to negative, but I feel like they had that game. So I feel like today they don't want to let another one slip away, because they definitely have it.
That was my feeling as well.
I don't think this game is going to slip away from Chicago State, but what I do think is that they need to not run the clock. Don't let the clock get down that much, and move without the ball consistently. You got to create. Them 2-3 zones are kind of difficult, so you need to move without the ball. Sometimes you have to create things.
Absolutely. And Chicago State's still shooting 4 of 4, 100% from the free throw line.
That's real
where
good.
SIUE is only shooting 71%, 5 of 7.
And, I'm waiting on another 11-0 run from CSU. I'm waiting on that spark, that spurt to get them back. Yeah, you're right. You would think they would be leading by much more. But, 10 points for right now, that's fine.
Yeah.
And Stewart misses his free throw shot for SIUE. And a foul was called on SIUE. That's their 7th team foul, with 9 team fouls on CSU. And it looks like Pippen will go to the line.
All right, he goes to the line. So let's see how that arm is at the wrist.
And
looks fine.
Free throw is good. Even though he makes a crazy face.
Yeah.
But, hey, make whatever face you want as long as it attributes to the score. Briefly attempting the second free throw. And it's good as well. No face, but we're all good.
Yeah, he's hiding it well. It's poker face.
Stewart for SIUE passes over to Messer. Messer finds Wiltz over here as Matt Ross crashes into us. Over to Stewart for SIU. Stewart has Karras on him. He finds Messer in the corner. Messer is going to find Wiltz over here in this corner. He takes the shot, and it's good. 3 points for SIUE. Wiltz is coming to play for SIUE, I can tell you that. Karras has the ball, passes it over to Rosenberg. Rosenberg under the basket, has two bodies on him, and the ball is blocked. Ross was there to take the ball, but Stewart stole it. Stewart's going to bring the ball up the court. Looks like he's going to pass over to Salisic, who's in the corner. Back over to Stewart. And he's going to slow it down.
They got to watch that back door.
Yeah.
Back to Stewart, who finds Salisic. Then over to Messer. Back to Stewart, who's going to take the shot. And it's no good. Rebound by Corey Gray. Corey Gray over to Karras. Back to Gray. Back to Karras. Karras looks over to Rosenberg, who's open in the corner. He takes a shot. It's no good. Falls on the floor. Stewart brings the ball up the court for SIUE. Looks like he's going to take it himself. And it's good.
All the way.
All the way. Fast break and a lot of body contact there. He's like a little chihuahua. You can't count him out. He has a little heart. Just like us. And Stewart will be back at the line for SIUE. We're going to do some quick substitutions here and take out number 30, Messer, and number 3, Jackson for SIUE. And it looks like Salisic as well.
SIUE is now working with a smaller line.
Yeah.
And Stewart misses the free throw. Matt Ross with the rebound over to Pippen, then over to Karras. Karras is going to call out the play here. He has Stewart and Wiltz on him over to Rosenberg. Rosenberg finds Pippen on the other side of the court. Pippen back to Karras. Karras in the middle. Going to switch it up here. Karras is going to be on the outside. Pippen in the middle is going to screen over to Karras. Pippen has the ball. He's going to try to take the shot himself, and it's good.
Great move. Great inside move by Pippen.
Yes. You got to make things work, like you said, right, Angel?
Yep, you have to in them 2-3 zones sometimes.
And Wiltz has the ball over to Stewart for SIUE. Stewart has Karras on him. Karras looking intense here. Stewart's just waiting for someone to be open. He passes over to Salisic, who has Pippen on him. Salisic finds Wiltz over in the corner. Wiltz takes a three-point shot.
Oh, no. Pippen's down on the floor.
And Pippen is definitely down. Brief timeout. I feel like we need to. That's never good. He's a fighter. He never stays down. Yeah. Matt Ross over to him. Official timeout for sure. He never gets injured to the point where he'll stay out. It has to be serious. Oh my God, my heart. Looks like he may have been hit in the eye or the face.
Oh, not the eyes. The eyeballs give me the heebie-jeebies.
I know, this girl, she can't take it. We watched Grey's Anatomy, and there was like a little pencil, and she was about to puke.
I can't take things with the eyeballs for some reason.
He's okay. He's okay. He's okay.
Let's give him a round of applause.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be screaming. Looks like he'll be okay. He's have
sitting
to sit
up
out
now.
Oh man. Yeah, let's have him sit out for a minute. That's how much heart he's playing with, you know. He'll take an injury and just doesn't look like he can even see well. Omar is walking him off the court as we speak.
Taking him back there, checking on him, making sure he's fine. He'll be fine. He'll pull through. He's a strong guy.
Yeah, he can do it. He's a Pippen. It's in your blood, baby. All right, Nate Duhan with the ball for CSU Cougars. Over to Karras. Karras over to Matt Ross. Ross looks back over to Karras. SIU staying on these guys. Duhan over to Karras. Karras in the pack to Matt Ross. Matt Ross from the outside takes the shot, and it's no good. Number 23 with the rebound. Over to Stewart. Over to Salisic. Looks like he's waiting for the play.
17 seconds left on the shot.
And pretty much the whole first half. That's why they shut the shot clock off.
Yep.
Salisic over to Stewart.
They're trying to get that final shot in.
Stewart wants to try to make a play here. He's waiting for his team members. Salisic with the ball from the outside. Passes over to Nunn under the basket, but Duhan steals the ball. Takes the shot. And it was an air ball.
Last night.
Yes, I was just thinking this. Deja vu.
I'm like,
Duhan did the same thing last night, and it actually hit the basket.
I know. I'm
so
like,
this kid.
And it actually looked like he practiced that shot.
This kid's going to be phenomenal when he gets older. I mean, he's already a great player. He's really been stepping up. But, hey, sometimes you have to practice those shots. You never know when you're going to need it.
Yeah.
So
Current
let's hope.
Score is 38-31. We're officially going into halftime.
Let's hope Pippen comes out. He was holding his head. I hope that's not another concussion that we have to contend with.
We can't. We need Pippen.
Yeah.
But if you're CSU or if you're SIUE, you're looking at it like it's an advantage because now you may have to play the whole second half without Pippen, who he hasn't really contributed a whole lot, but he's definitely
a key player,
and he sets the tempo, and he kind of helps out his team,
But
so you want him to be there.
One good thing about their players is they have a bench player that can definitely step up with no problem at all. So even though Pip is a key player and he may not be contributing, he's out, I believe that one of the bench players could definitely step up and fulfill his shoes.
I mean, the game must go on. We love you, Pip, but guess what? We still want to win.
There you go. So we'll bring it back to you at the beginning of the next half. This is Anthony Smart,
Angel Brown,
and Melanie Morales, and we'll see you in about 13 minutes.
All right, we're back. Southern Illinois, Edwardville, the Cougars against the Chicago State Cougars.
Yes, we're returning. 1 minute and 34 seconds left until halftime is over. I actually was able to talk to Coach Dexter about the update with Pip. He might be out of the game for the rest of the night, and also his wrist that we were wondering about. He took a charge at the DePaul game last night, so that's why his wrist is a little bit messed up.
Well, I mean, if he can't come back for the second half, the game must go on as long as he's not out for the whole season.
What type of injury was it, did he say?
He didn't say what type of injury. He was just saying, Pip might be out. I'm not sure he knows if he's too sure, but the only thing he told me was Pip, might be out for the rest of the game, and that, his left hand took a charge last night. So, a little beat up, banged up, but you know what? He'll be back next game, hopefully. We're going to speak in existence.
Well, I would like to say goodnight to some of the youngest fans that the Cougars, Chicago State Cougars, have. Xavier, my man Xavier, and Abigail. The game is going good, guys. You can go to bed now, okay? You can go to bed now. I'll see you in the morning. So I think our Chicago State Cougars will have to come out with a lot of intensity.
Yes.
Okay, the complexion of the game has changed. The captain, the leader, is not available to join the team, so everybody now has to step it up.
Returning for the second half, Chicago State, we have Denard, Duhan, Rosenberg, Ray, and Ross. And for SIU, we have Stewart. Salis. Thank you, Melanie.
Salisish.
Thank you.
Salisish.
Lester.
From Australia.
Oh, wow.
Australia. Gold Coast, Australia.
Chicago State has possession.
Oh, yeah,
Denard.
a power
Inside.
move. Big man move.
Stewart has the ball. Passes it down low to Lester. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for two.
Okay, we're starting that again. He had his feet planted. He was right there.
Looks like the second foul on Matt Ross, but still just the first for CSU in the second half.
Yeah.
Our referees, Tom O'Neill, Rick O'Neill, father and son combination, and James Ford. They are referees for the game this evening.
First free throw's good by Lester. Did you say a father-son combination?
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome.
And Anthony's little joke is, can you guess which two are related? Look at the refs.
I can definitely tell.
But she didn't tell you. She almost answered that
I almost answered. I was like, what? Are you
Second-
serious?
Second free throw good. Scores 40-33. Chicago State leads. Gray will be dribbling the ball. Calls out a play for the Cougars, Chicago State Cougars. Passes it to Rosenberg at the wing, down low to Denard. Power man move again. He doesn't execute. Is rebounded by Nunn. To Stewart.
Salishish in the corner.
Salishish. And it's going to be a turnover. Chicago State will have possession.
So what has gotten into Eddie? He comes out a bigger, stronger guy.
I told you, that dude is a beast, man. He's just a brick wall. I don't know what I would do.
I think Dilda gave him some words of encouragement.
Yeah. There you go, Angel.
Rosenberg has the ball. At the wing, dribbles, passes to Corey Gray. Gray will call the play for the Cougars. SIU is playing a strong 2-3 zone. Eddie Denard down low, wasn't able to execute. Gets his rebound, goes back up, and he's fouled.
That's all right, Eddie.
Yes, it's good.
As long as the foul wasn't on him, it is all good. We can't afford to lose him and Pip. And Ross, like last night at DePaul.
You know, Eddie has a good workout routine. You know, I caught him here a couple hours before the game. And this kid, he doesn't play for his warm-ups and his practice.
Gray has the ball, shoots a long three-pointer. No good, rebounded by Nunn. Nunn's going to go ahead and pass it to Salishish. Long three-pointer, air ball, rebounded by Gray. He's going to push the ball up. And he's going to go all the way with a nice floater.
Nice.
Yes.
Looked like it was a travel by Gray, but it just wasn't called.
Stewart has the ball. He called out the play for the other Cougars, but we're going to call him SIU tonight, SIUE. Nunn has the ball at the wing. Looks, dribbles. Looks, can't find him, picks up his dribble. Passes it to Stewart. Stewart dribbles. Salicic has the ball. Turned over by Jackson. Rosenberg pushes the ball up. Ooh, goaltending. Yeah, that was a goaltending.
Haven't seen that in a while.
Me either.
Oh, my goodness.
But that's what it was. I knew right when I saw her what that was going to be.
Complete goaltending. That was not a block at all. And he looked surprised, like, yeah, you did it. What you looking like you ain't? What you mean?
Jackson's going to go ahead and take a seat. And they're going to bring number 5, Florentinos. Oh, thanks, Melanie. Florentinos. And he's going to go ahead and get his first foul. Excuse me, not first foul, but he's going to go ahead and get a foul.
Third foul on Matt Ross for CSU Cougars.
Excuse me, that's Ross.
And Tim Johnson for SIUE will be at the line.
Free throw's no good. Hey, that's that Chicago State fans right there.
That's team spirit there.
And you know what? I used to feel bad about stuff like that, but when I actually had the chance to travel with the team, I'm not sure if I told you guys, but when Pippen was at the free throw line, the opposing teams were yelling, "You're not Scotty."
That's so rude.
You're not Scotty. So, hey, I don't feel bad anymore.
44-34, Chicago State leads by 10 with 17:21 left of the game. Gray has the ball, calls out a play at the wing. Denard's going to set a screen. Pass to Rosenberg at the wing. Rosenberg takes one dribble, pass back to Gray. Another screen by Denard. 2-3 zones by SIUE.
Nice.
Great strong man.
What a great way to penetrate. That's what you do when you're a big man. You penetrate. You make it work. And Eddie knows he did that. Look at his face. Oh, I love this young man. He's just so into it.
And the thing that I like about Denard is that he doesn't give up. He may not make the first one. He may not make the second one. But when it's time to make that last, third, fourth one, he still is in the game.
So now have you noticed something?
Free throws, no good.
This second half, they have been putting pressure on the big man with Denard the last 3 possessions.
Yeah, they have. I've noticed that. Stewart has the ball at the wing, passes down low to Florentinos. Florentinos dropped that elbow. Yep. He had to drop that elbow.
So now I'm thinking Coach Dildy is going to have them working that middle until they start to trap Eddie and pass it out to the outside perimeter.
Against that 2-3 zone?
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to do something with that. Number 4.
Nice hops.
Johnson, he scores for SIUE, and SIU is going to be in a full court zone. Gray has the ball, passes to Duhan. Duhan has the ball at the wing, passes back to Gray. SIU is in the 2-3 zone.
Eddie is hanging out by the basket. Nobody sees him.
But Duhan does. Duhan finds
great
him.
Inside.
There you go.
Eddie.
There you go.
He's just very athletic. Very athletic. Johnson travels.
Whoa.
Yeah, that
his head down on the court.
Yeah, that didn't look too good. But you know, he's a big man.
Yeah.
He's a big man. Sometimes
and
big
Pippen comes back out looking okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Eddie won't feel that until he's about 52, and then he's going to feel that one.
He's going to remember all those bumps and falls,
Yeah, that's how it worked with me.
Rosenberg passes to Duhan, goes inside all the way.
Wow.
2 points on the board, 50-36. Chicago State leads with 15:48 left of the game. And there's going to be a timeout.
That intensity is there.
Absolutely. They're coming out, and you can tell they're coming to win.
Yeah. They don't look like they're coming to play any games.
Hopscotch.
Yeah.
We ain't playing hopscotch. We're playing basketball.
Yes. So Anthony Smart
Yes.
Do you have any Christmas plans? You know, Christmas is right around the corner. I believe this is the last game until, after Christmas.
Well, I do. We're actually doing something. You know how after Christmas is over and then the 1st of January rolls around, he says, God, I should have waited to get that present. I should have waited. So this is something new we're going to do.
Okay.
The grandkids, Santa will come and visit.
Okay.
All the kids, they will visit. But for the adults, we are just giving love for Christmas.
Oh.
Don't get it twisted. January 1st, it's Christmas all over again. Yeah.
Okay. So give the kids, let the kids do something.
Yeah, we're going to let them do their thing because everything that we bought in past Christmas, we always found cheaper
after
the first week of January.
Yep.
So, the dinner will be there, and I'm happy with that. So
let's just try to get
invited. I want some food too.
Well, come on over. Come on over. It's enough.
And the timeout has concluded. SIUE will have possession. Chicago State is a great full court press.
Same lineup.
Johnson has the ball in the corner. Tough defense by Corey Gray. Lets off. Gives it to Stewart. Stewart passes back to Johnson for a long three, and it's going to be
good. Current score is 50-39 with 15 minutes and 28 seconds left of the second half. Corey Gray has possession of the ball. Stewart
Eddie is creeping
him.
around the back door once again.
Corey calls out a play at the top of the key. Passes to Duhan. Duhan's going to dribble. Look for someone. Looking for Corey. Get the ball back. Reset it up.
Eddie is creeping at the back door.
Rosenberg at the free throw line. Dribbles inside. No good. And Eddie rebounds.
All right, so this is Eddie's day now.
Yes, great shot by Eddie. Stewart has the ball. You dribble up top across court. Passes to Johnson with a
dangerous pass. It was stolen.
Turnover, Chicago State. And it's going to... I saw where he was going with it.
Yeah, in theory, that was a good play.
Yeah. Johnson has the ball. Gives it to Stewart in the corner. Passes to the wing. This is going to be a Lester. Rolls to the bucket. Doesn't execute. Rebounded by Starks.
Good job by Starks. He had the two guys, one in front and behind, and still was able to steal the ball there.
Great defense.
Yeah.
Duhan has about the wing. Passes it to Gray.
Now, if you want to see something scary, you let a big man just linger around that back door.
All types of bodies falling.
Yeah. SIU has the ball. Johnson is at the wing. Passes it to Stewart. Inside to Lester. Back outside to Mezzer. Mezzer's going to go ahead and put 2 points in the bucket.
Mester's been contributing pretty much for SIU as well, so he's been pretty consistent.
And from all of us here at CSU TV, we'd like to wish you and yours happy holidays. 8 days away from Christmas.
Yay.
And also,
and like Angel said, this is the last home game for 2013. After this, it's going to be 2014. So we got to make this one count if you're a CSU Cougar fan.
That much closer to my graduation. Oh,
actually,
yes.
We do have a game on the 29th, so it's not the last game of the year. It's just the last game until over the break. So I believe it's a women's game, but I'm not sure. We'll find out more.
Men's game. I'm just saying, Coach Pryor told me that earlier. I will put him on blast if he gave me wrong information.
We have some entertainment by the Chicago State cheerleaders.
In brand new uniforms.
Yes, looking very well. So, Melanie, you have any plans for Christmas?
I don't really have major plans. My younger sister's coming to visit me. She flies in this Saturday. She's coming from Florida, and I'm so upset with her because I'm like, I want to go there. Why would you want to come here to this nastiness of snow? But she wants to see the snow so bad, so she's going to come visit, and I'll probably spend some time with her, maybe go shopping, go to movies, do girl stuff.
Yeah, that's fun do some sisterly bonding time.
Why not?
Uh-oh, look out Michigan Avenue.
All right, we have some updates for your Chicago State Cougars and SIUE Cougars. Leading for Chicago State 14 points apiece is Eddie Denard and Clark Rosenberg. Followed
Followed by Nate Duhan
with 11 points. Also, Chicago State is out rebounding SIU. 26 rebounds overall to 17, which is really well. Chicago State only has 9 turnovers and forced 14 turnovers to SIUE. Chicago State needs to work on their free throws actually are really good. They're 85.7% from the free throw line, so much better from last night. They're 52.4% from the field goal, which is really well. Gray has the ball. Duhan in the corner. He's going to dribble, bring the ball back up top to Gray. Gray calls out a play. Got the offense moving across court. Gives it to Rosenberg. Thought about a three-pointer. Gave it back to Gray. Ross is going to go ahead and set a screen. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Rosenberg shoots a long three. Hits the tip of the rim. Rebounded by SIU. Davis has the ball. Thank you. And it's going to be a three-pointer with Wiltz. Maurice Wiltz.
He's
all
been
the way
shooting
from
threes.
Texas, Houston, Texas.
Well, I reckon he's going to continue to shoot them threes for the rest of the game.
Rosenberg passes down low to Denard. Passes to Ross at the corner for a three.
You know, Ross has been shooting a lot of three-point shots, and none of them are making it, even last game. I don't know what exactly is going on with his shot. I should say.
Turnover, Chicago State. Rosenberg picks off the ball. He's going to go all the way, and he's fouled. Great penetration by Rosenberg. The foul is on number 1, Chris Davis. That'll be his first foul and the third team foul.
And the big man for SIUE is waiting to come in.
Jackson. Great first free throw by Rosenberg. Score is 53-44. 12 minutes, 31 seconds left of the game. Jackson made an appearance back into the game. Rosenberg shoots his second free throw. And he'll put another bucket for Chicago State. Stewart's going to check into the game and give Johnson a rest.
Ten-point game still with 12 minutes, or just over 12 minutes left in the second half.
Stewart's going to call out the play. Gives it to Messer. Messer drives inside against Ross. And he's going to be fouled on the way. I don't think that was a fair foul.
Me either.
A fair call.
Once you plant your feet, your hands are up, you're not moving. Yeah. That is not a foul.
And he was sliding his feet at the same time.
Charging foul. That's 4?
Yeah, 4 fouls for Ross. 4th team foul. Messer misses the first free throw.
And of course, Dildy's going to have to substitute Ross with that 4th, foul. We're going to have DeMacco's in.
You can't afford to let him foul out. Second free throw is no good by Messer. Rebounded by Denard. SIUE will be in that full court press. Chicago State breaks the press. Gray dribbles up top. Looks past to Duhan at the wing. Back to Duhan. 17 seconds left in the shot clock. He'll go ahead and take it all the way inside.
Yes.
And he scores. And he's fouled.
Release the Lions. Release the Lions.
No, release the Cougars.
Yeah.
I told you we're clawing. We will claw to the top.
Nunn's going to check back into the game. Give Messer a break. As I was saying, Duhan is stepping it up since he's been starting. I think that's giving him that motivation. And he's been in the... Oh, I'm sorry. He hasn't been starting, but let me tell you, he looks like a starter out there.
He sure does.
And he's been putting points up in the double digits like a starter. So he's doing really well.
Stewart with the ball for SIUE.
Keeps his dribble. He's going to go all the way with a nice floater, in and out, rebounded by Denard.
Thank God for the roll.
Yes. Stewart playing defense on Denard. He's going to be screens. Well, possible screen. Chicago State needs to move. They need a lot of people more moving. Move without the ball. Gray's going to go ahead and shoot a nice little jumper.
Nice.
Yes. 58-44, 11-17 left of the game. Chicago State leads. SIUE Stewart dribbles up top. He'll look for some. Dribbles to the corner, passes inside to Jackson.
And there's a foul on Jared DeMacos.
And we'd like to thank our sponsors, Bentonhausen Chrysler Jeep Dealership, Weiss Orthopedics, and Oak Lawn Hilton. Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you. So, Melanie, if you're Coach Dildy, what are you telling your team right now?
You know what? We may be in foul trouble with some of our bigs like Matt Ross, but the rest of the team has to be able to step up. We still only have 11 minutes left of the second half, so there's a lot of ball to still be played. And SIUE is going to keep coming. You can't count them out, even though we're up, 10, 14 points right now. I'm just going to tell them to continue to play better defense. You're going to need to rebound the ball. It's so important to get that rebound.
Well, they've been doing really well in rebounds. 26 rebounds and,
continue.
17. Yeah, you're right. Continue rebounding.
That's what I was saying. Those rebounds are so important. You got to continue to rebound the ball like you're doing and stay consistent, because so far what you're doing is working. If we can continue, or if CSU can continue to play the way they're playing, I definitely think they can come home with a win tonight.
I think they'll be able to come home with a win tonight. They don't have Pitt. Matt's struggling with foul trouble, but, like I said, they have other players that are able to step up and make it happen. Like, they had 3 players in foul trouble. I fouled out yesterday, and they only lost by 7 points, which wasn't bad at all.
In overtime at that, so it wasn't like they were, having a blowout game at all. It actually, Chicago State's played DePaul 11 times, and they haven't won once. So it was almost like a history in the making watching that game. You felt like they were going to come out with a win. And without them doing it, you got to look past it. They stepped up way better compared to last year against DePaul, and I still remember that. So, they're going to come out and win tonight. I definitely feel it. So, woohoo for CSU.
All right, we're back from that timeout. SIUE will inbounds the ball. Davis has the ball. Gives it to Stewart. Stewart passes it to Nunn. Inside to Jackson. He takes the dribble. And he will put 2 points on the board. 58-46. Chicago State still leads with 10 minutes and 47 seconds left of the game. Duhan passes DeMacos. Back to Gray up top. He's going to call out a play for Chicago State. DeMacos has about the wing. Passes back to Gray. Gives it to Duhan in the corner, and he'll shoot for 2. Denard rebounds. Great strong rebound, Denard. Rosenberg has it. Passes to Gray to reset. DeMacos. Cross-court pass to Duhan. Duhan dribbles. Thinks about it. Gives it Gray. Passes inside to Rosenberg for a great inside play.
That was a dangerous pass, too. It was literally right between the other player's legs. So, good looking. Great communication there for CSU.
Chicago State still leads 60-46. 10 minutes left of the half. Stewart has the ball up top. Calls out a play for SIUE. Passes it to Wilkes. Trapped by Chicago State. Yes. I like that aggressiveness. Dang, Jackson's just big.
He's a big dude. He's tall and lanky.
Shoes.
Yeah. He'll put 2 points on the board for SIUE.
Still haven't found out what kind of shoes SIUE is playing.
They have Adidas?
That's what I think.
Yeah, they look like Adidas. The rebound out of bounds. Chicago State will keep possession of the ball.
Yeah, Jackson tried to keep it alive, but no one was behind him to catch the ball.
Lester's going to come back into the game for Jackson with 9 minutes 29 left of the game. Rosenberg will inbound the ball, passes it to Gray. Gray passes it to Rosenberg, who's going to go inside, passes back out to Duhan, to Gray. Duhan takes a nice 3.
What a shot.
And good job by Rosenberg to set that screen up. There was great communication there. He told him, go ahead, I'm going to screen, you take the shot, and that's exactly what he did.
Stewart has the ball. Dribbles in the corner, cross-court pass to Davis. Up top to Nunn for 3, and he'll go ahead and answer right back. Score 63-51. 8:52 left of the game. Chicago State leads. Wow.
Okay, what happened to the foul on that
it's
play?
all right, because guess what Duhan's going to do? He's going to pass. I thought he was about to score.
Yeah, I thought he was too.
Corey Gray has the ball. Passes to Marcos. Back to Gray up top. To the wing. To the down low to Denard. Big man move.
There you go.
Big man move.
They just let him lurk at the back door. They
They
and
gotta
it's
watch
fine.
him. I don't think they're underestimating him. Ooh.
See, you see how he jumped? It's the shoes for SIUE. You know, it's just, man.
None with the three.
Yeah, that's his second or third so far. He's been
Whatever
been
shoes
on
they
it.
are, ladies, you're too young to know about this, but it looks
Hold
like
on.
their shoes make them run faster and jump higher. You remember that? PF Flyers?
65,
Yeah, I don't know about that.
54.
My bad.
That's all right. That's all right. I love you like daughters. I love you like daughters.
Aw.
8 minutes and 15 seconds left of the game. Chicago State leads by 11, 65, 54. You know what? I haven't seen the Cougar tonight. Has anybody seen the Cougar?
Yeah, I haven't seen the last couple games.
I haven't seen him all season, really.
Well, I'm going to have to talk to Bobby and find out what's going on with our Cougar.
I think we should have a call out for someone to become our mascot.
Chicago State has the ball. They bring the ball up court. Rosenberg goes for a three, changes mind, passes to Gray. Passes it to Rosenberg. He's going to go ahead and take a couple of dribbles. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Duhan has the ball at the wing. 8 seconds left. 6 seconds left. Lazy pass. It's going to be turnover. Johnson's going to have the ball. And a lazy foul.
Yeah, that looked like a little frustration.
Yeah.
At that point.
And I don't think Dildy liked that, because guess what? There's a timeout.
Yeah. I think that was a foul on Corey Gray.
So do you think I could be the mascot? You know, I have twerking abilities.
We don't need the mascot twerking.
Only half of me twerks though.
We don't need that.
Oh, I didn't expect that one. I'm sorry. I didn't expect to hear that one.
If you want to be the mascot, go ahead, but please do not twerk.
Yeah, you know, all old school. See, you know, man, push and pull, y'all got twerk. You know, Jay Clampett, I don't know what else y'all do. But I can bring back all the old school dances.
Hey. That's
Do
always
you
great.
know the Cabbage Patch?
Oh, wait a minute. See, here's one now. Apache, yeah. Don't let me do the Carlton on you.
Carlton. Jump on it.
Uh-oh. Yes, we
See, I could do it. I could do
we
that.
get down. We commentators.
Just imagine me out on the floor right now with a too tight mascot uniform that has a little belly, you know. I'll be the cougar that just ate.
The cougar that just ate?
Yeah, you know.
Now you're making me hungry.
I'm hungry already.
No. Now, you know what? I've been wanting me some ribs with some baked beans.
I wanted
That
that
just
too.
sounds so good.
Boy.
Ribs and Bibs is closed today. I was thinking about
I
going.
thought about them too, and I've never been there.
I've never been there either.
That's weird. I was craving that too.
Melanie, I'm gonna need you, Melanie, to stay off of my taste bud.
Whatever. She's my long lost sister.
Alrighty. So we're gonna have Johnson going to the line for two. The foul was on Corey Gray. That was his third. 16 foul. Let's go ahead and give you some updates. Denard, 16 points. Leading scorer, Clark Rosenberg. And also Nate Duhan with 13 points. Leading for SIUE is Maurice Wilts with 10 points. And the free throw was good by Johnson. Chicago State brings the ball up. Rosenberg. He'll go ahead and pass to Corey Gray. Nearly a turnover. SIUE is putting a lot of pressure defensively on the Cougars. Rosenberg has it the wing. Inside to Eddie Denard. That
I was just
great.
going to say, bring it back to the big man.
Great assist. That was a great assist. The timing was perfect. That's that great teamwork and chemistry that I was talking about.
Right.
That, last season you really didn't see.
And we really didn't have a lot of bigs last season, really, either.
No.
Not
bigs.
ones that contributed like Eddie, at least.
Gray has the ball. Passes to Rosenberg at the wing. Passes back to Gray. Ross is going to set a screen for Gray. Rosenberg thinks about the three, changes his mind, and he's going to go all the way. Oh, I thought he was fouled from behind.
Yeah, that was a reaching foul.
Yeah, Johnson pushes the ball up for SIUE with a nice jumper, in and out. Rebounded, strong rebound by Denard.
That ball's going to pop one day, him doing that.
Duhan passes it to Rosenberg down in the corner. Look inside. 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Gray has the ball, calls out a play.
Bring it to the big man.
Yeah, but they got to set it up for him. I think they're getting Ross
nice.
shoots a nice jumper at the free throw line. I think what they're doing with Eddie Denard, I think SIUE is kind of catching on now with Eddie Denard.
Yeah. But that's why you have Ross. They were expecting Eddie to get that one, and Ross was like, hey, I'm open, and he just tapped it. It was so nice and delicate for such a big, Did you see that?
There's going to be a timeout. We have 5 minutes and 57 seconds left of the game. Chicago State leads 69-57. And
12 points.
Yes, and the semester is over. I'm excited. We don't have to go back to school until January 13th.
Hallelujah.
Yes. It's been snowing here in Chicago. I'm tired of the snow. Anybody tired of the snow yet?
Yeah,
I've been tired. It took me 20 minutes to dig my car out today because I had it sitting there and warm it up. I'm not made for this. I moved here from Florida. What is this crap?
Now, Melanie, that's my point exactly. Why does anyone want to come see the snow? It's only one thing with the snow. It's cold.
Yes.
And
it's
wet.
Beautiful for the first 5 minutes it hits the ground.
But in Florida, the sand is warm, and it has different temperature gauges of warm.
Ooh.
Nice
Wow.
block there.
By Griffin.
Wow.
Salicic, it looked like.
Yeah, he drives, and Griffin said, "Get that out of here."
It looks like there was some foul language over there, too. Salicic wasn't happy.
Rebound by SIUE. Nunn has the ball. He's going to dribble, take it all the way inside, and he's fouled by Griffin. Yeah, that was a wild foul.
Yeah. But you know what? He's been shooting threes. He has 9 points so far, and most of those points pretty much came from him shooting threes, and I don't know if I would want to send him to the line.
Yeah. He's been slowly waking up. Nunn's going to go ahead and shoot his first free throw. It's going to count. Ross will come into the game for Griffin. I don't think that was a great decision. 5 minutes and 29 seconds is a long time.
Well, I don't know. Matt has that intensity along with Eddie.
Yeah, he got 4 fouls, though,
Yeah,
he got to be very careful. Very careful. And we know Matt's an aggressive player.
Yes.
Rosenberg has the ball. He's going to take it almost all the way. Gets to Duhan. Pump fakes. Passes to Ross outside. Back to Corey Gray. Gray's going to go ahead and dribble. And it's going to be a foul on number 32, Stewart.
Okay, now I'm waiting on the alley-oop pass to Denard because he's in the right position just to go up and accept it and dunk it in.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on that now.
And, hopefully it comes because I want to see it too. Gray has the ball. He dribbles, passes to Duhan. Duhan up at the corner. Screen with Ross. Duhan's going to go all the way inside, and a nice jumper. Score is 71-58. 4 minutes, 52 seconds left. Chicago State leads the game. Stewart passes it to Wiltz, to Lester, inside, and he's going to get his own rebound. Hopefully not Matt Ross. The foul is on Gray. That's his 4th foul and the 8th team foul.
You know, if I was Coach Dildy, I would just be concerned about last 2 games.
Yeah.
We had some fouling
Yeah.
issues, and, you know, that has to slow down to stop.
Yeah, last night, like I said, 3 players fouled out. Key players fouled out, so you have to be careful with those fouls. Rosenberg has the ball up top. Passes to Gray. Back to Rosenberg. Cross court to Denard in the corner. To Gray up top. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Ross will go ahead and set a screen. To Denard. Denard's going to go all the way inside.
Oh.
Ooh. That was
There's a lot of beef colliding there.
Yeah. This card's going to be the foul, excuse me.
God, Eddie, when you get 52, man, you are going to get it.
You know, actually, it's an offensive foul. Eddie Denard, that would be his 3rd foul, the 9th team foul. One more, and Chicago State will be sending SIUE to the line in the bonus.
But, you know, that's intimidating to have a person of that stature come in like that.
Yeah.
It'll make you think about, okay, I don't know.
I'm thinking about it like, oh. Davis has the ball, passes it to Johnson for a long 3. Rebounded by Denard. Taken by Lester. Rejected by Rosenberg. Davis has the ball. Passes it to Lester down low. To Wiltz at the wing. Davis at the top.
Rosenberg is so intense right now. I love it.
And he's having a conversation with Johnson.
Let's hope he don't
shoots
get
that long 3. In and out. Long shots, long rebound.
Oh, give him a Grammy. Give him an
Yeah.
Oscar.
Wow. The refs aren't calling anything.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Yeah, it was.
That was a
goodness.
bad collide. Denard fell on Corey's face with his foot.
It looked like for a second he thought his teeth were knocked out or something bleeding.
Oh, no. When it comes to my teeth, I have to.
But he comes up going, okay, it looks like I'm okay.
Yeah.
Pippen comes to get him. He says, you all right? You all right?
Yeah. And it almost looked like Denard must have almost
You know,
hurt
it's
his
not
ankle.
often you see a foot on somebody's face, but God, when it's your own teammate.
I know. It looks scary.
We already said Denard is not a small guy.
No.
So if he were to have fell on me, it would have been pancake all the way.
See,
That's it.
that reminds me of a story. Back in my youth, I thought I could be a mixed martial arts person. And I was pretty good. And I had a match one night, and this guy kicked me. And all I could see was his foot just coming up to my face. And then I felt like toes just caressing my face.
Oh, no.
And then I went to sleep.
You went night-night?
He knocked me out.
Ouch.
That's what I think that foot looked like coming on him.
The hardest part for me about that story is the fact that there was a foot in your face.
Yeah.
I hate feet.
And, you know, I do remember still how gritty it was. And but that was my youth. I just call him now, call him as I see him.
Absolutely. Chicago State's being very resilient here. They've definitely, had plenty of people. You wouldn't even know right now looking at Eddie Denard, or maybe you will now that I mention it, but he's actually playing with an ankle injury.
And he may have twisted and tweaked that ankle.
I think he may have actually messed it up yet again.
But the coach is letting him come out. I don't know. Do you see an acting job going on?
I don't think so. Dildy's saying Pryor and Dildy.
Shake it off, Annie Mae. Duhan has the ball, passes to Rosenberg. He's going to push the ball up for the Cougars and take it all the way.
He really had no choice but to do that.
Yeah. They left the lane pretty much open for him. Stewart has the ball. He's going to take it all the way. It's going to go out of bounds. SIUE will keep possession of the ball.
And I'd like to take this time for everyone to send out a prayer to the Ravens. We need the Ravens to win tonight.
I don't really watch too much of football. Okay,
just say you're a Bears fan, okay?
Oh, no. I don't know.
Be careful. Devin's listening. He was going to throw us out if we weren't Bears fans.
No more Cheetos for you. No more Cheetos for you.
Yes.
No.
There was a foul on SIUE Stewart. Second foul and the 16th foul.
So Devin is here next to us. Devin, you want to see how I can turn a football analogy into a basketball one?
I want to see it.
I bet you Coach Dildy believes in all of his players.
Absolutely.
Unlike Tressman. Robbie Gold said, I can do this, Coach. I can kick it against the wind. I'm much closer than that lame play that you did last time. And
Jackson's
Tressman
at the free
took
throw
him out.
line, shooting his second free throw. First one was good.
Devin, you watch wrestling?
Second
all right, see, Tressman is like, I'm doing best what's for the team, so he's doing best for business. Like WWF and the authorities.
SIUE's in a full court press. Look like, okay, thought it was man-to-man for a second. Chicago State breaks the press. Rosenberg passes it to Duhan at the wing. 2 minutes and 34 seconds left of the half. Chicago State leads 73-60.
Whoa.
He looked like he wanted to do some crossing over.
Shake and bake.
I always like to see some shake and bake.
Yeah, we haven't seen that here in a while.
Yeah. The foul is going to be number 2. Wilkes. That's his third foul. And that's going to be the 7th team foul. Look like Griffin's going to go ahead and check back in. One and one. Nate Duhan's at the free throw line. Duhan, as I was saying earlier, contributed in the last couple of games, been doing really well. Made the first free throw. He must have heard me talking about him.
He said, like this?
And he's been really good on his free throws as well. I've noticed that. Second free throw. Count it, 75-60. Chicago State leads by 15 points, and they'll fall into a full court press. Nearly turnover. None goes all the way in.
That was a nifty little move.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was nice. Corey Gray. Hard defense by Stewart, but he manages to get the ball.
Yeah, a lot of foot races so late in the game.
Lots of energy still.
Foul is on 32 Stewart. That's his second foul, and the 8th team foul. Gray is going to go to the line for a 1-and-1. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left of the game. Free throw in and out, rebounded by Nunn. Stewart's going to bring the ball up for SIUE. He looks like he's going to go all the way. Nearly rejected by Griffin, but it's going to be rebounded by Chicago State. Outlet to Duhan, and he goes all the way, and he's fouled in the process. He'll definitely go to the line for 2.
That was a long process he just had there.
Mm-hmm.
Process.
Because I was anticipating if he was going to make it or not.
And see, I thought he was going to pass it off because it did look like it took a little bit forever for him to get to the basket.
The foul is on 23. Nunn, this is his third foul, 19th foul. Duhan counts the first free throw. Second free throw. Count it. Score is now 77-62. 1 minute and 46 seconds left of the game. Stewart has the ball, gives it to Jackson. Jackson drives, passes it to Messer. Inside. Oh, I thought he walked, but he didn't.
Wow.
Rebounded by
Did you see the height on the Chicago State players?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they were ready to munch and crunch.
My goodness.
Definitely ready to munch and crunch.
Munch and crunch,
Munch and crunch.
Maybe I'm just hungry. I'm ready
You
to
know,
munch.
I got to come up with some of these sayings. I mean, my man Bill, just chuck it in there, And now you with munch and crunch. I got to go home and do some homework.
Munch and crunch. You're just ready and hungry.
He did sound like Bill, though. Chuck it in there. And he calls everybody a kid, even though, like, he's only, like, 30. I'm like, they're not that much younger than you. This kid, this young man.
All right. Duhan, Karras, Rosenberg, Gray, and Ross.
Yet another look.
Yep. Oh, they're ready for that full court press.
These are commentating mics, not singing mics.
Well, you know, the beat's in your head, so you got to kind of... Chicago State tries to inbound the ball. Last touch by SIUE. They're going to get a second chance of inbounding the ball. Gives it to Ross. What type of foul was that?
Well, I'm looking at, it's a minute and 31 left. I admire the effort of SIUE, but that wasn't really necessary.
You know, I almost thought it was going to be a technical by the look of it, and the refs are talking.
Yeah, father and son are talking.
Well, you know, Dad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's going to be just a regular foul. He's going to go to a bonus for 2.
And simple stuff like that, refs yesterday were calling on Matt Ross as a flagrant. Like, stuff like that was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. And I believe Pip had got a technical yesterday.
He
and
got
Rosenberg got a technical.
I talked to both of them. I said, hey, what was up with those technicals? Were you guys talking smack? And they said, we talk smack all the time.
You know, that's just part of the game of basketball.
Exactly.
Ross makes the first free throw, 78-62.
All right, Coach Dildy, if they want to play tough, put in the big man.
What would
you want to
basketball?
play with me? Hey, I'll show you how to play.
Yeah.
Eddie's still wincing over here. He can't wait for this game to be over.
And all of them will have time to heal up and get a little better.
Yeah, they don't have a game for, I believe, a couple of days. Like I said, Christmas is right around the corner. Spend time with your family. Eat good. Stewart has the ball, passes it to Wilt to shoot a long 3. In and out, rebounded by Griffin. Gives it to Rosenberg. He dribbles between a couple of defendants.
Still managed to have the ball.
Oh, traveled before the shot. I see where Duhan was going with it.
And how great ball handling that was, because that was almost a double dribble.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know, it was kind of a wild pass and almost a wild dribble, but, you know. Another timeout, 79-62. Chicago State leads with 1 minute and 17 seconds left of the game.
17 points. Wow, that's a great accomplishment for Chicago State.
Mm-hmm. So
they've had control of the game. I don't think Chicago State has lost control of the game.
They haven't. They have not. They've been focused. Here and there, you know, they have little silly decisions. But for the most part, they've been playing.
Our cheerleaders.
She was trying.
Our cheerleaders are just starting to get it together, but not quite there yet.
Do anybody got a New Year's resolution?
Mine is to always lose weight, and I never can. I'm going on a diet, Angel.
Not me.
Yeah,
and,
well, you have an exception.
and me, I worked hard at this, so I'm not losing anything. I have that teddy shape, just a little teddy bear.
SIUE has ball. Stewart. He drives. Turnover, Chicago State. Griffin goes
here comes my dunk.
Boing!
Yes.
And the players are excited on the sideline doing their little crumping dance.
Yes, whatever you want to call it.
Stewart shoots a 3. In and out. Rebounded by Griffin.
That was
Outlet
a nice rebound.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Duhan got to watch the trap. And he's going to be fouled. 37.7 seconds left of the game. Another timeout, 81-62.
You know, it's nothing like ending the game with a dunk.
I know, right?
Absolutely.
He's getting so much love over there. They're giving him little head rubs.
Little freshman Griffin over here. What can you say? 37 seconds left of the whole game. Chicago State has 81. SIUE has 62.
All right, let's do something we're not supposed to do, guys. Ready? Here we go. Hey! Hey!
Go ahead, Anthony.
Hey!
I wasn't ready for it.
See, y'all were just scared.
We were waiting. I didn't know what you were thinking.
Scared.
Yeah.
You thought Mr. D was going to say, don't do that.
I just didn't know what exactly you were. Okay.
Oh, come on.
Passing to me. Thanks, Duhan.
Ross has the ball at the top. Give it to Karras. He dribbles, passes to Ross. Passes to Duhan with 24 seconds left on the clock. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Duhan's going to go all the way inside, and he's going to be, it's going to actually be an offensive foul. It's all right.
Duhan's not really that worried about it.
No, it's his third foul. But guess what? Those points say different.
Both teams with 10 fouls.
Matt Ross sit out. Well, I guess he's probably done for the rest of the game. We got 15.1 seconds left. Stewart has the ball. Dribble. Finds Wilkes open for a three. In and out. Wow.
Wow. Okay,
Jackson.
that appeared to be crawling up the back, not just over the back, but there was no whistle.
Yeah.
And the game has concluded. Chicago State, 81. SIUE, 64. What a great game.
A great performance by Chicago State. That high intensity, that determination, boy, they've come out here now twice on home court with just saying, no, you're not going to take it from us.
And this is their 5th win out of 11 games. So, you know, this is probably one of the better seasons they've had in a long time. I remember interviewing Coach Dildy last game, and he's like, you know, we're just excited to have 4 wins this early on in the season. So he's pretty happy about that. As all of our CSU Cougars wave and head back to the locker room.
So actually we have 2 games. December 29th, Sunday at 2 p.m., the women's play Wright State. And also December 31st, Tuesday, Loyola Chicago will play at 2 p.m., the women. And we're going to go ahead and get an interview with Coach Dildy coming up. But before the interview,
Once again, another great game by the Chicago State Cougars.